Welcome back to another EP sponsor reaction. This one right here is for the continuation of Arcane Season 1 Episode number 7. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Look, we're doing it for the algorithm each and every day. That's why we're here. And thank you.
Shout out to executive producer Revenant, who is sponsoring this reaction. We really appreciate it. A couple comments from the last episode, starting with Darnell, who says, "Never thought I'd hear a New Jack City reference. I feel old, LOL." Great reaction, you guys. I love how they gave the Firelights their own intro in this episode. Revenant comes through to say, "The fight sequence in this episode is great. I love the animation and art style in the show." I love the artistic approach to the combination of both is just really great. Also, I don't think I've seen anyone have issues uploading reactions to this to YouTube, and don't take my word for it because I don't know for sure. Appreciate that. I did ask that, so I will attempt. I think our last strike drops this month on YouTube, so I'll try to post the first episode and see what happens.
Okay.
Alright, and then Jeremy comes through to say, "This was a great episode. I do feel like Jinx powder could be helped right now. The problem would be trying to take the time needed to help her before she or someone else kills you."
Yes.
Hold up! I'm trying to help you. Don't kill me.
Yeah.
Alright, let's jump into the next episode right now. That's when she was little.
When I was 10, your grandfather brought me to the aftermath of the Battle of Hildenau. He offered me a gold coin for every blade I retrieved from the fallen. Said we needed the steel. But I knew it was a lie. He wanted me to know death.
Kino says war is a failure of statecraft.
Your brother thinks he can talk his way out of anything. He fancies himself a fox among the wolves. But mark me, child. If you want to last in this world, you must learn to be both the fox and the wolf.
We'll paint the walls in gold. Import crystal chandeliers. Advisors will enter here, but the regent will have her own secret entrance. She should have a kind, fat face, clever to charm her subjects, but pliable so we can mold her.
Perhaps she could be my daughter.
You'd give me a throne.
I will give you the world, child, if you prove you can take it. What should we do with her?
She won't make trouble for us. Strip her of her possessions and send her to the far colonies.
She's a symbol of the old regime. Kill her now. Only one must die. Let her live and you may need to kill thousands.
We can show the people we are merciful.
She cut her
A
hand
wolf
off.
has no mercy.
The wolf has no mercy. Damn right about that.
What's that sound? From the beginning?
Yeah.
Well, Elora, you didn't have to come out to meet me.
What are you doing here, Mother?
I'm a visit. I've heard stories of Piltover's hospitality.
You didn't sail halfway across the continent to sample the local cuisine.
It's been over a decade now.
Since you banished me.
Such drama. I sent you here to oversee our family's interests and grow yourself, which you have.
You said, perhaps your sentimentality would be more at home with those soft-spined idealists overseas.
You have your father's memory.
Don't try.
I'll guide you to the right decisions.
I don't need your guidance.
We'll see.
Miss Medarda,
Yes?
It's for me, dear.
What's that?
I'm off to sample the local cuisine.
Jeez.
We'll present our case to the council tonight.
You did all this yourself? Without even going down there? And I thought Powder could get obsessed.
What happened to her? It's not your fault.
When my parents were still alive, me and Powder used to share a bed like this, except maybe half the size. We played a game where we pretended to be bigger and bigger monsters. So she would say, I'm a slug monster with venom for ooze. And I would say, well, I'm a slug eating crap with razor spikes. Sometimes I'd get carried away and she'd get scared. I didn't want her to start crying and wake my parents up, so I pretended to chase my own monsters away. I'd say, no monster's gonna get you when I'm here. Then a real monster showed up,
Shit, Jean's finna wake up crazy as hell.
and I just ran away. I left her.
Good transition.
You know, you're stronger than you think. I'm so sorry, Powder.
Your sister's Jinx. I understand this must be painful. I'm afraid it will only get worse.
Damn.
Mm-mm.
what have you done? I saved her life. Boy, watch it for a while.
Oh. Well, like this. Get away from her. Oh, ingenious. Though these blades seem improperly pitched.
You're wrong. It's designed for the fissures. Air is denser.
Oh. Are you all right, lad?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just sprained my ankle. Are you Counselor Heimerdinger?
It's just Heimerdinger now.
What are you doing on this side of the river?
I wanted to offer my assistance to the citizens of the Undercity, but it seems I'm unwelcome. What is it?
We're having the exact same day.
That looks like more than a sprain. You need medical attention.
I have to get home. It isn't safe for me here. I don't know how I'm gonna get down there with my leg busted and, well, you're holding my ride.
I can fix this.
Do they teach military history at your academy, Mr. Tallis?
It's, Counselor Tallis. And I'm not sure.
The Alorian general, Sonam Palak, used to find ways to meet his enemies blindfolded. He said a man's mind hides behind his body. Somehow I doubt he ever tried this.
You're Mel's mom.
Among other things. Squeeze, child. You won't break it.
I do have other matters, so if you'll excuse
The
me.
threat of the Undercity is real. Your leadership is impotent.
We may not be Noxus, but Piltover isn't as helpless as you think.
Who said anything about Piltover? The council is the problem. The mind hiding behind the body. Navigating your current crisis requires expertise you lack.
Do you know what the success rate for senior academy inventors is? 3%. We're no strangers to failure. What makes this the city of progress is that we keep trying until we get it right. So thank you for your advice, Mrs. Medarda. But I have a city to run.
Wait. I see why this province and my daughter have fallen for you. You have the passion of youth. I have experience. I want you to succeed here, Jace. To grace the world with Hextech, but if you don't accept certain realities, I fear you'll end up like General Palek. Slaughtered with your eyes closed.
3 of my supplies.
Oh my god, what's gonna happen? What's happening? Oh, she just got to she's done. Because she wasn't protected with the runes page.
Sky? No. It can't. It can't.
Ugh. She got snapped.
What does that mean? What he about to do?
You want to make Soko pay for what he's done?
I could have you arrested.
You guys really like to bandy that threat around. You ever been to Stillwater?
No.
So you just wave an arm,
Have someone dragged off, not bother to find out what it does to someone being stuffed in a stone box for weeks or months or even years?
Yeah. I want to make Silco pay.
I want in.
There is no in. You heard the council.
Fuck the council. You said you were tired of doing nothing. That's the only sensible thing that came out of anyone's mouth tonight.
I'm not a vigilante.
No. You're a victim.
I'm like, neither am I.
Just so people notice you when you raise your hand in the boardroom?
We built them for mining the fissures.
Someone close to me had a pair of these.
I'm about to say, yeah, does she have a big ass one?
You're the first
Remember
person
she put 'em on when she was
here
little.
related to Topside. Of everyone up here, you're the one she trusted to do something.
What do you want me to do? Arrest him?
Silco controls the Undercity with Shimmer. Shut down his supply, and it's only a matter of time before his own people turn on him.
And how do we do that?
Take out his manufacturing facilities. Hit him hard and fast before he can react. So,
What's it gonna be?
we got a deal, pretty boy?
Get a big ass hand. There's a decent day. Get it max deal question.
Oh shit. Is that Jinx? Yeah, there she go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
Looking like her dad.
Yep.
Alright, that was episode 1-8 of Arcane, and just beautifully done cinematically. I mean, and the fights are just top notch, man. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it, but every scene is beautifully done. It is just a gorgeous looking show. And okay, we brought Jinx back. I knew it was going to be kind of hard, but I think she's going to be like a Frankenstein at this point right now. When I thought it was hard to save her before, it's probably out the window now from what just happened. She's transformed with all the purple stuff inside of her body now. Eye glowing purple and everything. Yeah, it's just going to be a problem. Her sister probably just going to have to end up taking her out at the end, because I don't think there will be no talking down at this point. You know what I'm saying? Do you agree?
I don't feel like they would set it up for us not to have a way they can reconcile. Like, I feel like...
Maybe they just have to learn to live with each other. One being bad, one being good. And, you know,
I don't know.
mutually share destruction. Yeah, I don't know.
There's a lot of ground to cover to get to a place of reconciliation, or where they're... And now she's going to be even more invested in Silco because he, you know, saved her.
Save the life. Yeah, it's going to be very hard to pull that apart. But, man, another great episode right here. I hope these producers go on to do, and animators go on to do other things, because this looks really, really good. I mean, I can't say how much I love the way it is drawn and look, and the graphics and the time they spent to make it. Just really, really good. So, all right, can't wait to see another episode.
Shout out again to executive producer Revenant for sponsoring this reaction. Yeah, I totally agree. Visually, also the audio is very elevated. That just adds so much more impact. And the music choices are fucking fire as well. So it just all culminates to this really piece of art, honestly. I loved everything as far as the fight scene. I loved how it mirrored Vi from early in the season as far as her fighting with her dad, using the gloves too, or using the boxing hands as well. I thought all of that was fire. Jace is obviously going to have some feelings now because the little kid got killed, which is ultimately what was the whole point of them not wanting to make weapons, because innocent people will die. And I loved seeing Mel's mom too. I thought she's just formidable and a badass, and I thought that was cool to see her backstory where she came from.
And is she coming to cause trouble or what?
I mean, she definitely has her own agenda. She obviously, where they're from, they're fighters. War is their ticket item, and she wants to benefit from the weaponry that Hex Tech can make. So you can see how she's trying to
use it.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the developments there and the conflict that's going to create. I thought the other kid that Jinx Powder fought had died, so it was great to see that he didn't die.
Came back,
and I love the prospect of the collaboration there and the dynamic of the dog guy. I can't remember his name. Him potentially working with him to help him with his tech too.
Yeah.
Because he ultimately wants to help the people down there. So I like that we got to see him again, and so he's definitely going to be involved in some capacity, because we hadn't seen him for a while since they kicked him out of the council. So I thought that was great too. And then as far as the way they ended this episode with the what's it called? Not foam. The steam clearing, and you can see Jinx's on the mirror. All of that was so fire.
So she already walking
and
around.
You could see everything that was to your point, as far as her being even more removed from sanity. You could see where her thoughts were percolating, as far as when she was getting when they were saving her life. She created this whole concept in her head that ultimately she was doing it to her. She was the one giving her the stuff. So her being there is not a good look, and she should be really scared. But I can't wait to check out the next episode, and hopefully we get to check it out soon. So thank you again, Revenant, for sponsoring this one.
All right, well, look, thank you guys again for watching another EP sponsor reaction for Arcane Season 1, Episode 8. And until next time, people.